Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive videoscopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. Hello, fabulous friends, fans, and superstars. Welcome to your horoscope for the week of January 17, 2021. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Now, you may notice before we begin, I do want to mention, yes, it is different. The background is different. If you've watched me for a while, you know that I have lived in Mexico for almost 8 years now. February 13, it'll be 8 years of me being in Mexico. And I wanted to share this sunset with you for a few reasons. One is because it's stunningly beautiful and I wanted to share it with you, but also because I thought that this would help us to maintain some perspective, some needed perspective at that. It is an intense week, it is an important week, and it is a week that holds energies that are at once surprising but also promise great breakthroughs. The kind of breakthroughs that can have us digging very deep within our soul, our psyche, our spirit. The kind of breakthroughs that truly can reveal some truth to us about ourselves. Now, when I say some truth, I don't necessarily mean that the objective, final truth is going to be revealed, but rather I mean the truth of what we feel, the understanding as to why it is that we may be reacting the way we are, why it is that we believe what we believe, and what might be a more measured perspective. To the ancient Greeks, the god Apollo was the god of the sun, and he was the god of rationality, but also prophecy. There was this understanding to ancients that prophecy and rationality are intimately tied. That it is through understanding things from healthy detachment that we're able to see multiple perspectives, yes, but it is also through healthy detachment that we are granted perspective. Perspective to look ahead, perspective to see what future implications could be. And with a week so immersed in feeling, I do think that it is this very energy that will be the saving grace, along with healthy inspiration as well. So let's talk about the very big news this week. Mars and Uranus will meet in the sky. And these two planets getting together once every 2 years or so, well, look, this is considered the most surprising day of the year, the most shocking day of the year. I did speak about this at some length in the year ahead horoscope, so I will link to that below, because I do think that this year of 2021 holds many peak moments as part of an important year, but this week we've got one with this divine meeting. But it isn't just about Mars meeting Uranus in the sky. This in and of itself would be significant. With the impulsiveness and frustration of Mars meeting the erraticness and the surprises of Uranus, well, both of them end up magnifying each other's energies. It is Mars that adds adrenaline to the already erratic nature of Uranus. And it is Uranus that adds that much more surprise to the impulsiveness of Mars. And so we do have that playing out, but here's the thing. At the very beginning of the week, Jupiter is going to speak with Uranus in a conversation of tension that astrologers call a square. At the end of the week, Jupiter will speak with Mars in the same type of conversation. It is as if this energy is extended. It is continuous in some ways. We're going to feel it throughout the week. On the one hand, Jupiter can magnify, it can make bigger, it expands. And so in some ways, it is this Jupiter that can make this energy of Mars and Uranus already pronounced that much bigger, that much more exaggerated. But it is a square configuration, and I think that the square itself is going to be a saving grace now. Squares suggest questions and questioning. And one of my spiritual teachers, he is a private person, so he doesn't need me to mention him by name, very near and dear to me. One of the things that he taught me, that he really tried to affirm in me, was that when faith is healthy, it questions itself. When faith is healthy, we are granted that moment, sometimes a brief moment, to take a little bit of a step back. When faith is healthy, it wanes. The world is filled with people who didn't question, who had faith and ran with it and ended up creating a lot of pain for a lot of people. And we've seen some of these examples recently. But it is ultimately this square configuration that's going to invite us, on the one hand, to question necessary questions. But also, because Jupiter is in the sign of Aquarius, the sign of healthy detachment, because right around Tuesday, the sun is going to move into the sign of Aquarius as well. So we've got Jupiter in Aquarius, the sun in Aquarius. Because we've got these energies working together, this is going to be that sense of being able to take a little bit of a step back, being able to look at what we feel within, the emotions that feel so strong that they are in our body, they are visceral, and to question them, to make sense of them, and to elevate them. The energy of Aquarius is a very humanitarian energy. It is an energy that invites us to think of others. There are so many spiritual traditions that invite us to be our brother's keeper, as it says, to do unto others. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to be a doormat and we're going to allow people to not be nice or not be loving or to be unneededly aggressive, right? There are absolutely ways to use the energy now to be visionary enough to realize which way things are going and to say, you know what, I'm not participating in this dynamic, to take a step back. It takes two people to have tension. If one person removes themselves, there's no tension, or that single person can keep it. You don't have to carry it with you. And so we may be granted that very respite, that moment of realization, where this is going, where a moment may be going, where energy that feels frustrating, whether it's within ourselves or within a dynamic, where could it be heading? And that saving grace to take a step back. But to do so in a way that is also humanitarian. It is humanitarian to practice self-care. Of course we want to think of other people. Of course we want to behave in a way that allows us to feel good about ourselves. That's how self-respect is found, by behaving in a way that you can feel good about, that you can be at peace with. But once we've done that, it is very powerful and very meaningful to then realize where it is that the energy, the moment may be heading, and to choose the most loving response. And sometimes the loving response is to remove ourselves. Sometimes the loving response is to be present in the moment, to let others know that love is here. And that can be a very powerful thing. That can be a powerful way for us to be reminded of the love within ourselves now. Now we have another saving grace energy, and this comes as we move towards the end of the week. We are going to have Neptune meet Ceres in the sky on Friday, and at the end of the week, this configuration is going to reach out and speak in harmony with Venus. So we want to watch this energy for a few reasons. This energy can be very inspired, very compassionate. It is genuine care that we have for others. It is healthy ways of giving, self-sacrifice or altruism that add beauty and inspiration to the lives of ourselves and to others. This energy can be very romantic as well, where we feel understood. We feel soulmate connections to other people, platonically or romantically. But here's something to take into consideration. It is going to be next week, that, you know, we think that the intense energy is happening right now. We've got a few weeks of intensity ahead of us. And it is going to be next week that Venus will meet Pluto in the sky. And I feel like that is going to be a reality check based on what this week might just be inspiration or possibility or hope or desire. This week holds an energy of fantasy, especially as we move late into the week. And that can be very powerful and it can be beautiful. We all need that sense of hope and desire in our lives. But as high as we go is as low as we go. So remember that. And sometimes it is valuable to consider, is this high worth it for what the cost may be, the low may be? For every high, there is a low. And as we get to the end of the week, boy, is there energy that's very high, that's very elated, that's very fantastical, very dreamy, rose-colored glasses. But the thing is that sometimes reality can be more powerful and more beautiful. The nitty-gritty, the things that we don't show, can be part of what is most lovely. Now that may be the case, but it may also be the case that next week presents a real wake-up call for some of us out there in a way that may not necessarily feel comfortable, but may be necessary and may be in its own way valuable for itself. And so this energy can be very compassionate this week, but where it is that perhaps we go too far with it, next week will let us know. And of course, I'll be here to talk about it every step of the way. And I do want to give you another heads up. Next week holds the luckiest day of the year. Again, I'm going to be here to talk about it every step of the way. But this is a part of putting things into perspective. I feel like so much of this video, from where I'm sitting in terms of the background to what I'm talking about, is about putting things into perspective. Because the energies this week can feel so intense that if we allow ourselves, we can get lost in it, but we don't have to. We can decide, we can make a decision to elevate ourselves. Even if that takes conscious effort, that effort will be rewarded. And next week, when we do have that luckiest day of the year, we'll be able to tap into it to our advantage, that much more consciously, but meaningfully as well. What I love about this week for us, well, look, it is a powerful astrological time, without a doubt. And it may very well be that we continue to see other people giving into this Mars-Uranus energy, this energy of erraticism, this energy of passion coming out of nowhere, being very strong, very high. And yet there's that opportunity there to question, that opportunity there to find healthy detachment, even within ourselves, and to decide that we are going to be better, to decide that we in some way are going to pursue a more loving, more inspired, more beautiful vision, more wise vision, knowing that it's just up ahead. With all the futuristic energy with us now, even with the allure, because it is kind of alluring to give into those lower frequencies of passion, of intensity, and the display of passion and intensity, and anger and impulsiveness. There's something alluring about it. It's addictive in a way, but addictions aren't good for us. Addictions take us away from spirit. They take us away from ourselves, our truest nature. And our true nature is that of love. It is that of seeing love and seeing ourselves in each other. And thankfully, we've got energy now that invites us to keep that perspective. And in keeping perspective, not only do we cultivate genuine self-respect, but we find truly meaningful ways to help so many others and to be there in love and wisdom for the collective. Well, thank you so much for watching. What do you love about this week? Let me know in the comments below. I love reading you guys. And to prove it to you, here are some of my recent favorites. Thank you so much to everybody who likes, comments, subscribes, shares, thumbs up, all of it. It does mean so much. And of course, if you want to know how this divine meeting of Mars and Uranus, the most surprising day of the year, is going to speak to you and your sign, log on to Nadiya Shah Superstars.com, because it is there that now you can join Superstars for as low as just $3 a month. The unheard of super low rate of just $3 a month. I truly believe that my weekly horoscopes help people They can help you to navigate this time, and I truly believe that they can be part of welcoming in inspiration and healthy perspective, the healthy detachment we were speaking of. Well, my hope is that these videos remind you of that. There's so much available there at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Link is in the description below. Synchronicity University is in full effect right now. You can sign up at synchronicityuniversity.com. We've got the speaker series underway. We've got Synchronicity University classes with me and so much more at the link in the description below. So let me tell you about an upcoming session with Michael Barwick, the very brilliant Michael Barwick. He is going to be teaching a 5-week course on fixed stars. We're going to go through 28 fixed stars in the natal chart, what that means, how to interpret it. And now you can choose your tuition rate till the end of the month, as low as just $5 a class. The unheard of rate to learn about fixed stars in natal astrology. As you know, Michael Barwick has been on my channel many times. He's absolutely brilliant. He's incredible to learn from. And so links are in the description below to sign up for Michael Barwick's class. To learn more and sign up now. Synchronicity University Winter Session 2021 is underway as well. We just did our second class on the second house, making money with your astrology chart. Next week coming up, we've got the 8th house in the astrology chart, money, power, respect. I think that's going to be a whole lot of fun. What do we also have coming up? Well, we've got a class on Ceres, and we've got a class on astrology and the chakras, and we're going to do part 3 of the second house in astrology as well. So to learn more about the winter session and to join us, links are in the description below, or go to synchronicityuniversity.com. Synchronicity University Speaker Series is underway now. Coming up this week, we will have the brilliant Aquila Moon talking about Venus and Vesta in astrology. I think that's going to be an absolutely brilliant lesson. Then we are going to have Patricia Walsh talking about Pluto generations and what you can understand about your Pluto generation. And then finally, we are going to have very big dog astrologer Michael Luton talking about and celebrating Tibetan New Year's Eve with us. And so join us for each of these classes, for one, for all, whatever you like. See the classes that have already taken place. You can download them now. Link in the description below, or visit synchronicityuniversity.com. My very special partnership with the very iconic Astro Twins is still in effect. It's really nice of them to keep that going. But I did touch base with Astro Twins this week, and they said that with so much going on in 2021, there are still a whole lot of people who want to understand what this year ahead could bring. And so they've left that up, and it is a $300 value. You get it for less than $100. You get 5 classes from me, my astrological magic package. You get tarot lessons from me, and then you get a ticket to their masterclass for 2021 and a copy of their book on 2021, this reference copy that they put together. And so check out this incredible partnership that I have for a very limited time with the Astro Twins at link in the description below. And check out my friend Katie Weber and her incredible success pack. Every year for Feng Shui New Year, she does put out this guide, and I'm such a fan of it. I absolutely love it. And Katie really knows her stuff where it comes to Feng Shui. She is a world-leading expert in Feng Shui. I started off as her client. She helped me so much to understand harmony and connection between home and sky. She helped me so much in so many different areas of life. Health, wealth, and happiness is what she says. And every year she puts out this incredible package that she calls the Success Pack. So her Success Pack for the Year of the Ox is out now, and you can learn more about it. You can check it out, link in the description below. I hope you will. I absolutely love Katie Weber, and I think that the wisdom that she shares from a Feng Shui perspective is just so incredibly impressive and valuable. So I hope that you love it. Link is in the description below. And finally, you can get my take on your unique birth chart by checking out my partnership with Cosmogram. You go onto the Cosmogram website, you enter your birth data, and within hours you are going to get a complete chart and me breaking down the different planetary connections in your chart and what that means for you. This report has gotten so much incredible feedback, and that means so much to me, and I hope that you love it, and I hope you continue to enjoy it. I know for me, the very first printout I got, PDF like this that I got, was a long time ago, was like over 25 years ago at least. My aunt gave it to me as a gift, and it ended up being invaluable. Of course, it sparked my interest in understanding charts more deeply, and I actually still have that very same printout. It is in a box in my parents' house in Canada, but I do still have it because I cherish it so much. And so my hope is that you cherish this as well as you come to understand yourself and your natal chart more differently as explained by me. This is my interpretations of the different placements in your unique birth chart. So you can check out a sample by clicking on the link in the description below, and I hope you absolutely love it. And thank you for watching. I told you that the light was going to change. Did I mention that? I know the lighting has been very interesting, background noise has been very interesting, but I hope that me being here and deciding to show you the background gave you some needed perspective, gave you that understanding that in so many ways we are part of a larger whole, we are part of a larger beauty. But also it's very easy to get caught up in the emotions of the moment and the emotions of the day. And my hope is that we understand that every phase waxes and wanes. Every emotion we may have has something to be gained, some wisdom to be gained. And perspective to me means humility as well. There's this grand and gorgeous and beautiful sky, this sunset, this ocean. All of it ultimately is a reminder, an understanding that we as human beings, we're here for such a short time. We get this great blessing of life, and my hope is that we use it to affirm love and wisdom in the world. And thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for seeing me as some part of your sacred journey. I'm so grateful for it. It'll be a great week. Enjoy.